Hello there, my name is Julie Dries. I'm the children's librarian at the Harrison Township Public Library. And today we are going to take a peek at a resource that you may not know about. It is called Pebble Go, and it is part of the Michigan e-Libraries offerings, which means that normally it's something that you would have to pay for, but through the Michigan e-Library, residents of Michigan can access this resource for free. And we have it linked in through our Harrison Township Public Library's children's page. So I'm going to take you there in just a sec, show you how to get into it and why it might be beneficial for you to know about. It is a resource for children in grades maybe pre-kindergarten through third grade. It has a real simple interface. It has read along where you can press a speaker and it will be read to the children. It has some fun, interesting information, and it also has some games and other activities that are engaging. So let me share my screen with you here and we'll take a look at Pebble Go.
So here we are on the Harrison Township Public Library's homepage. That's htlibrary.org. And you can see here that I have clicked on the Children's tab. And if we scroll down just a bit, we get to MeL, Michigan e-Library, and that's where we're going to go to link into our resource today. And here we are, Michigan e-Library. It's their K through 5 page, and you can see we have an ABC list here. So if you know the title of the resource you need to find, you just click on the letter and it will jump you right there. However, they also have some featured resources called Best Bets. And Pebble Go happens to be one of them right now. So I'm just going to click into it right here. And we come to our landing page for Pebble Go. You can see it's nice and simple. We have two categories here, animals and social studies. Let's explore animals first. When I click into animals, you'll see that I have these little ABC ordered lists of topics. And you can't hear it right now because I have it muted, but as soon as you put your cursor over each one of these, it reads the name of the topic to the children. So we start with amphibians, animal behavior, animal classification, animal habitats, birds, dinosaurs, fish, insects and spiders, invertebrates, mammals, pets and farm animals, and reptiles. So you can click into any of those that are of interest to explore them. We also have down at the bottom a section on games and a question of the day. Let's start off by taking a look at what one of the articles looks like if you want to learn about one of these topics. So I'm going to click into amphibians. And here's some different amphibians that we can learn about. Let's click into frogs. Now, all the articles in Pebble Go are set up the same way. They will have just a short little chunk of information, which is great for younger kids. There is a speaker here so that it will read the selection out loud to them. And you can see here that it is the article is broken down into different subtopics. So right here we learn about the body, we click into habitat, food, life cycle, fun facts, and then there's also a read more category that we can go into. When we are in one of these subtopics, when you scroll over vocabulary words, you could click into them to find out the definition. We also have pictures here that if you click on here, you can enlarge the picture to see it in more detail. When we scroll down towards the bottom of one of these pages here, we have some interesting stuff down here as well. Let me go down here just a little bit so that you can see. We have a spot down here that says cite. So if you are a student that needs to let your teacher know where you got your information from, all you need to do is click it and it tells you exactly where this article was from and you can copy it and put it into your report. If you click on article, there are options to print PDFs of the article. There's an option at the bottom for activities to share what you know and also another activity. Sometimes there are video links so that you can watch a little bit more about your topic, as well as a listen option. And also when you click on range at the bottom, you get a nice little map, and anything that's in purple will show you where that particular animal lives in the world. So that is what you see when you click into an article. I am going to go up to the top of my page here. I have a little X and I'm going to click out of it. Anytime I see Pebble Go up here, I can click on that to get back to my main screen. So there's my animals. I also have a section on social studies, so let's click in there. This is great if you are a kid who is doing a report and has to get some information about social studies. This is also fabulous for teachers. You'll see some very familiar topics that you'll recognize from your social studies curriculum, and parents who are homeschooling or doing remote learning, this is a really good resource for you too. So our topics here are all about money, being a good citizen, branches of the military, continents, countries, culture and awareness, families, holidays, jobs in the community, landmarks, long ago and today, maps, military machines, my world, people and the environment, transportation, U.S. government, and U.S. symbols. And if I go into one of these, let's just go into holidays. And let's say we go into, let's do Valentine's Day. You'll see the article here is set up just like our animal ones were, where we have our short chunk of information that we can have read aloud to us, and then we can go into different subtopics as we go across the top here. We have our Read More feature, and again, at the bottom of our screen, we also have the citation, the article, the activity, and the video options that you can do down there. So they are all very similar. Once you go into one article, you'll know how to navigate all of them. Let's go back. I'm going to click my back button here because I want to go back to the holidays screen. Remember I showed you also on the animals screen at the very bottom, there are games and questions of the day in both the animal section and in the social studies section. So let's take a look at what some of those are. If we want to go to our games, we have, first of all, a word scramble. This is fabulous for spelling. It will give you a hint, a picture, and then a scrambled word or words that you need to solve and figure out what it is. Really good game for practicing your spelling and also your knowledge. This one happens to be, again, about social studies. If you were in the animal area, you would get a similar puzzle related to animals. Zoom. This is not the Zoom that we have come to know for remote learning and remote work. This is where we've taken a magnifying glass and zoomed in on a picture. And it gives you a question. What American symbol is shown in this picture? Take a guess from the list below. And you have to choose what it is. Now this one's pretty easy to tell what it is, but some of them are pretty tricky because they don't give you an awful lot of the picture to look at. So those are really fun to do. Clicking my back button here. There's jigsaw puzzles for both social studies and animals. So they'll give you a picture that relates to the topic, and when you click start, it breaks them apart and you can put the puzzle back together again. Going back, the next game is called Multi-Match. And in here, it will give you some type of a direction or question where you have to drag and drop the pictures to match somehow. In this case, we're matching the community helper to the equipment or workplace that it pairs best with. So we have to find out what the dentist, the doctor, and the farmer, what kind of equipment they all use. Quick match. On this one is a yes or no question asking if these two cards match. Does the picture on the right match the good or service label on the left? And you have to click yes or no. Again, we're still in the social studies one, but there's a whole bunch of animal ones just like this. And our last one is called check. And it will give you a topic here, and you have to check all of the pictures that go with the word up above and see if you can find them all. So that's what check is. We also have down at the bottom here question of the day. Again, we're still in social studies, so this will be a social studies question. And a lot of times it's just like an opinion question. This particular one is, which holiday do you like best? And you get to choose the one that is your favorite. And there's different ones that come up every day. So let's see, I can go over here to the little X to close this. And when I click on Pebble Go here, I go back into my animals and my social studies. Again, if I go into animals and scroll down, I get those same games and question of the day just related to our animals.
So that was Pebble Go. I hope that you learned a little bit about it and that maybe you can see some uses for it, and that it might be something that you and your child can take a look at to help either with schoolwork or just exploring personal interests. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.